lights are really...
You're streaming Dead by Daylight, LOL.
Oh,
Imagine.
screaming Dead by Daylight.
I mean, what do you mean? You didn't refresh your page.
It's nice to be able to talk again.
See, this is why
I can only imagine.
I do this before I start streaming. So I make sure everything's set like 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah. I would have felt bad though if I'd said I was going to be there and then I was like, by the way, I'm not going to be here now.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Just like me. Oh, my professor moved this stuff. I'm sorry. Can't be there.
When you make a that's why, so like when I do things with my parents, I don't tell Davina because a lot of times they back out on things. So it's like, if you're gonna make a promise, because, you know, make sure you stick to your word.
Yep.
People get upset.
Not wrong. But we have John, Roger, Bartholomew, Nanter, Apo,
Everyone but Darius, right?
Zarius, and Froglin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frog was still driving a book, I think.
All right. So, who wants to tell me what happened last time?
So short version is, we investigated the checkerboard room. Well, we investigated a few rooms, decided to double back. There's a checkerboard room. Sarcophagus said, drown your sorrows or woes. And there was a thing jumping around. It was like Triangle Man, but it's Square Man. Killed him, have a square head. Opened the sarcophagus, things flooded with water. We tried doing a bunch of reflecting the lights, that didn't work. The entire place flooded with water, the room closed. Then we went around the ring and basically found an exact replica of the floor of the temple that we already went to, or the same temple. Floors looked identical, but slightly different.
And Meepo had a meltdown.
I think we all had a meltdown.
How did I have a meltdown screen?
And actually, it was wine, not water.
Oh, right. That's fair. It was
It
wine.
was very much fun.
A fruity wine. I think that's about it. That's the quick and short and dirty.
All right, John, you make your way back around till you find this cross intersection.
Okie pokey.
Nanter's behind you.
Right.
Wait, wasn't it the other way around? We came from this side, and I went over to the body to make sure it was the same body.
Oh yeah, you came from that way.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's right.
He's following me.
And I
I
left off.
I was like, wait, I don't remember leading. I thought I was following the answer because we were both.
And we left off with you checking to see if it's the same body.
Yes.
Yep.
Are you proficient in medicine?
I'm pretty sure I'm not. No.
I am not proficient in medicine.
The reason I said I wanted to see if this body, if it's the same body, because it wouldn't have the staff, which I have, and then the two books, the spell book and the journal that got taken off it. So that's what I'm basing it off of. If it has those, then it's a copy of that body. If it doesn't, then Andrew would assume that it's the same body.
Right. Okay, so yeah, the body that you come up to is a humanoid body. The body is part man, part goat. It has robes that are torn and sprawled. It doesn't seem to have any other equipment on it.
Alright, so Nanter will assume this is the exact same body. Well, that's a relief. There's only 2 layers to this thing. And we can always return to the normal layer. We should return and tell the others.
Yeah, I'm just curious though that it seems to loop us around like that.
It feels like a parallel dimension at this point.
Yeah,
everything's there but not there.
Yeah.
Right, so Nanter will make his way back this way and
All
start to go up to the other dimension.
Yeah, so I'll follow.
Hey, Park.
Yo.
before we continue, I'm still have line of sight on Nanter, so I can see everything through him. By the way.
That you can.
Yeah.
Now you shouldn't be able to.
Yep. It's fixed now. I just want to let you know.
Yep. All good. All right, so you make your way back over.
Yes, to the other dimension.
Hey, I just thought of something.
Okay.
That's a bad thing.
What'd you think about?
The fact that the voice didn't say, "I'm done with this one now," and Bartholomew poofed back into existence. He wasn't here last time.
You know,
Soon-
Bartholomew probably partied him too hard.
Soon
Until, you know, the-
yeah. So wouldn't we appear from up here now, or am I just mistaking it?
You went back down.
Yeah, but we came down through the. We went down this way, which made us come down the other way. So I assumed that going up the other way would bring us back this way.
You
Or am I just
assume
remembering wrong?
you assume you know what's going on here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, I'd say,
That's very true.
I'd say, Nancy, you're making some assumptions there because I don't know either. Because this place is confusing as all.
You
fuck.
assume the DM gives a damn what you think.
True.
Alright, so Nantu will make his way towards the party.
Oh no, Nature's figuring out the puzzle. The roof caves in.
Well, it seems you all are having quite some fun here. I am
No,
done
I'm
with
not.
this one now.
Bartholomew.
I'm not
Mhm.
having any fun.
You blink, and all of your party members are gone.
This isn't good. Look around. Just I'm gonna like come down here and just go ahead and just look in the room. Is anybody in there?
You
Nobody's-
see a marble tile floor. Seems to have a sarcophagus that has a lid laid off of it.
All right. After he's gonna walk all the way back.
There's
down
a
here.
light beaming down on top of this. Yeah, there's a light beaming down on top of the sarcophagus.
Can I see where the light's coming from where I'm standing?
It's coming from the ceiling.
Okay. Is there a hole in the ceiling, or do I have to get in closer to the room to look to the ceiling?
From where you're standing, you can't tell.
Okay. He doesn't trust that, so he's gonna go and walk all the way down here, look around here, make sure there's nobody in here. He's very scared. Look around. Okay. This is
Yeah, you
troubling.
see that dead body from before,
Mhm.
half goat, half man. Staff is gone.
Oh, great. Oh, yes. From looking down these hallways, do these hallways just end, or is there a way? Is just a dead end in these hallways?
No, as you look up and down the north and south hallways, they appear to be curving upwards towards themselves.
Well, if I know my friends, they're probably going places they shouldn't be. And then he'll just go down the hallway this way, and then see if he can.
So as you're walking down the hallway, from when you were looking at the cross section, the hallways looked like they were curving up so much that the ceiling blocked off the view from the hallway continuing. As you're
Mhm.
walking down through the hallway never changes position. You are always walking straight. However, the floor behind you disappears as the ceiling covers its path.
This is disorienting.
You keep going. You have lost sight of the cross section, and it's just more hallway in front of you.
Yes, I'll keep going.
Okay, you keep going, and you start to see the hoofs of Nanter.
Nancy, over here! And I start yelling.
Keep your voice down, son.
You all
I-
hear the voice of Bartholomew coming up from the south hallway. You don't see him.
Off.
Is he a ghost? And Enter starts tiptoeing to see if he can see anything.
Bartholomew just tapped himself. I don't think I'm a ghost now.
Well, I
I'm
can't
still
see you,
very
bitch.
physical. I'm going to keep walking forward to about right here.
Yeah, they eventually come into view.
Oh, there you are.
Wave my hands. That's very disorienting. But what are we doing?
You want some ghost wine?
Ghost wine?
Yes.
Sure. Why not?
I hand him an invisible, air quotes, jug of a mega pint of wine, if you will.
God damn it,
Bar-
fuck off.
Bartholomew takes
I
his
quit.
hands out to
I'm
grab
out.
this
Literally
mega pint.
collapses on Andrew's head.
Nope.
No, the DM didn't do it. I just threw a fireball purposely faster on his head.
Yep. Fireball, TKM, we're done.
Because this is the demi-plane of enhanced fire, fireball rolls at max damage times
Aw,
2,
fuck.
no save.
Fuck.
It was fun, boys.
I mean, it makes sense. But it was deserved.
Mandatory's on
Roger,
the menu.
you still hear the clattering of what it sounds like bone and metal on stone and tile.
Oh, Bartholomew, you're back. So, if you remember the triangle head person, or skeleton monster, there was a square one in the other room, and we'll catch you up. But there's another one in this room, I think.
Ooh, interesting. Can I see
So,
it?
huh?
Can I see it?
Not from down that hallway. I don't think so.
Well, I'm asking this. Can I, squeeze past all of you to?
We're not in combat. You have free
You
movement.
can walk through friendlies.
Got you.
In combat is twice movement.
Okay.
Barth, on your way
Squeeze
by,
past
would
them
you
all.
mind passing me that book that you picked up off that man? I want to look at it real quick.
Sure. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna look through my bag to find the book, and then when I find the book, I'm gonna hand it to John.
I'm going to be looking through the pages for anything that sticks out for me, Park. Let me think here. Trying to see if I see any writing that stands out to me as odd, and maybe some of that thieves can't. You want me to roll an investigation check for you?
It should be in your go to your journal, and you'll see the handout I gave. It's Devlin's journal excerpt. But that's the easiest thing to read.
There it is. Okay. I'll be reading quietly while stuff's going on. So.
And you also can get mentions of the Yellow Banner, the company of the Yellow Banner. Yeah, give me an investigation.
Okay. I didn't see what I rolled.
13.
Okay.
You find mentions of their earlier exploits. They made landfall at Kitcher's Inlet. They followed River Oolong to Lake Low, cut southwest into the jungle toward Omu.
And I'm guessing I wouldn't know these places as well.
I don't know. Do you know these places?
Good question.
No, I wouldn't think.
Yep, doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll get back to you. Barth, you doing something?
I was gonna just squeeze back there and look and see the skeleton they're talking about.
As you look through, you see the same room you just saw, a checkerboard style tile room. What's your perception? Passive?
Past 12.
You can smell the faint smell of wine coming from this room. You see the bright light coming from the ceiling down on top of a closed sarcophagus. On the far end of the room, you see what appears to be a skeleton with half of its head made out of a very shiny metal. on the very top.
Mm-hmm.
From this dim light, it's kind of hard to make out. But you do see movement in the far end of the room.
Does my devil sight not let me be able to see that far into this room?
How far is your devil sight?
120 feet, dark vision.
Oh, well then let me adjust that. Night vision 20. That means start at 60. There you go.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah, okay. So you do see that it has a very similar structure to the skeleton you've seen before that had a triangle on as a top of its head. This one has 4 corners, more in the shape of a square.
Okay. Okay, I'd look at that, take a good look at it, go back to Roger. You're not wrong. Why haven't we entered this room yet? Is there something wrong?
Well, the fact that there's a second tomb, that threw all of us into nope, fuck this. We're in hell. So
Mm-hmm.
why are you not fazed by this revelation that there's a second tomb?
Keep talking, I'll be right back.
Well, I mean, it's many possibilities. It couldn't be just. It could be a parallel dimension. It could be a pocket reality. It could be a hallucination. It could be a lot of things. This couldn't be just 2 tombs.
I mean, everything's identical. Well, almost
Yes.
identical.
It
Well,
could be an
it's
illusion.
not identical.
Almost. A few changes here and there, but you know, the tombs are the same. You know, you can go upstairs and you can see that all the 3 tombs are there without any manipulation.
But
Nothing looks like we have had any interaction on anything in the upper floor of this section of the tomb.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair, I didn't think a god existed. Now, no, there's 9 of them. So, yeah, nothing really surprises me anymore.
Well, at
There's way
least you're
more
not
than 9.
surprised.
Excuse you?
There's like 40 or
There's
something
way
like
more
that.
than 9.
And
These are the
Bartholomew-
newest. I haven't heard of these 9, but I've definitely heard of the other 30.
And Bartholomew just takes his hat off and looks down, and he just ponders. He walks up. You hear him say, "I thought there was only one." What the? He's just confused. He takes a deep breath, put his hat back on. Okay, well now definitely nothing surprises me anymore. So I put my thumb back there. What did we do about Blockhead back there? We're going to get rid of him too.
I mean, we can smack him.
Did you
Hey,
see that he had a square head as well?
Yes, I did notice that, so I called him Cupid. Oh, I call him Squarehead.
So there's 2?
Hmm.
John, do you still have the other one? The other
Yes,
blockhead?
I do.
Hmm.
Luckily, I was still holding it when Meepo decided to thunderstruck me across the room.
Well, that's good.
You thunder stepped across the room, Meepo?
Oh, yeah.
No,
we
not
should
across the room. Actually, out the hallway and down the hall.
Huh, I missed a lot then.
So,
Oh yeah, we almost drowned in wine. It was I guess the party death, but nah.
I'm going to the door, the
Whoever
doorway.
made that trap has a sick sense of humor. Waste of good wine.
So I told
I mean-
Bartholomew, look at that there above the doorway. You see that? And I gestured to the closing door.
I believe so, yes. Which way are you pointing at? So I can be sure.
Here.
Okay, yes, I see it.
Yeah, so whenever you open the sarcophagus, the entire room fills up with wine and that drops.
Okay.
As you can imagine, we nearly died.
I can see why. That could cause death, yes. Have we considered the thought that maybe both since there's two rooms, would it make sense for someone to 2 people on the top, 2 people on the bottom, and to open at the same time, maybe?
No.
Well,
Have we considered that?
I mean, the other one's already opened. I tried to close it and open it again, and nothing happened. So,
And there was nothing in that sarcophagus at the bottom then.
just a plaque that said, drown yourself in sorrow. Drown your sorrows. Something along those lines.
there is one hole, and I'm going to use this one as a reference to There's one hole on the short side of the sarcophagus at the bottom, facing the door, like a drainage hole almost, or an air hole. And I believe Meepo found some sort of magic.
I wish I could say I did. That was actually I thought.
Huh?
The spell book?
No, in the
No,
room.
the sarcophagus had a protection aura of some kind. Somebody did like detect magic and found
Oh, okay,
it.
yeah, I remember. It had something that was like repellent, preventive, or something like that. I don't know what the word was.
It was some sort of protection magic. That's all I remember.
I'm not back yet, but it's abjuration.
How did he hear that? I'm confused.
He's God. He hears all.
He's a ghost. So yeah, so whenever we opened it, no matter if you closed it or left it open, the entire room fills up. You barely have any time to leave. Roger almost got crushed. So did I. I got trapped in there and used my echo. Thankfully it worked. Or it would have been a very drunk and dead Minotaur.
I don't think you would have had time to get drunk.
Yeah.
Who knows? Drunk and dead, who knows? Definitely dead though. So,
but I will say the last square skull individual did not put up much of a fight.
yes, he was rather easily dealt with.
Yeah, his counterpart was definitely a lot tougher.
Honestly, speak for yourself. He took a swing at me.
Well, he stabbed you in the dark.
Yeah. Like, I'll put it this way, Bartholomew. I was investigating the sarcophagus, heard a scuffle. Before I could even turn around, that thing was dropped on the floor.
Yeah, I do apologize again, John. I didn't realize he meant us any ill will. He was just kind of walking around me. I know you couldn't quite see it, but I should have dispatched him faster.
Wow. We had no idea. Like I said, all of a sudden I just felt pain and just took a swing. Lucky I got a hit in.
What, does anybody have any bright ideas for what to do?
Well, we probably should proceed into this room and look through it. We had one idea that the wine may need to be diverted into the gaping mouth in the side hallway, but the chest didn't. The trap didn't get reset, but we believe that happens at about midnight every night, when our lovely host tells us it's midnight. Because it happened around because I've spotted those little dwarf things twice now, and we've only been here a couple days, and it seems they appear around the tolling of the announcement.
Noted.
Yeah, so an idea could be to attempt to do that with this floor, see what happens. Or also, going through with the second warning, the ring leads to another tomb, and since the other tomb seemed to be empty, this one may contain one of the trickster gods.
Yep.
That's quite possibly true, but which one is the question?
Well, the
This is
second
the
warning
room
does
we went
talk
into,
about the
right?
frog.
Like this one in front of us.
We haven't gone into this one yet, but it is identical to the one below.
Yeah,
Correct.
we haven't gone in and investigated yet.
Really quick, if I were to step in there, because I want to show her the room, like, is it the exact same and there's nothing else visually different?
Nobody's fully stepped into the room yet, but as far as you can tell,
I just want to show Alexis the room that I was just in, because I'm just telling her about like what happened.
He's talking about out of character.
Yeah.
Oh, above board? Yeah, go for it.
Really
Yeah. Above board?
Okay.
Sure.
So ignore this. I'm not actually moving.
Yep.
And the roof caves in.
Oh,
and now he's trapped in there, and then the room fills with wine, and he drowns.
We just hear a humming sound, and then an explosion, and a squish, and then a loud bing. I don't understand it.
And then a bong.
You swear for a brief moment you heard somebody grovel, cower, and beg.
It's like a small voice rang out, and Grovel cowered and begged, and then was
Mhm.
silence.
Forever.
See, I was
Screaming
making a
and then
microwave
silence.
lizard joke, but
Yeah, so that's pretty much what happened last time.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
I guess
but
we're dispatching the skeleton again.
well, nobody can see, so other
I-
than
Well,
a
I
few
do
of us.
have a torch on right
No,
now.
Nanter's got a light going.
Yeah, I have a
Oh,
torch.
and Bartholomew's I have dark. I can see in the dark.
Roger, can you not see right now?
I can see.
Yeah, no, Nanter has a light going. That's why I put a little
Like-
fire on him.
No, for me, it's like having night vision goggles in the modded Minecraft. I can't tell when there's light because I
There.
can't tell when there's dark.
Yeah, say for me right now, it's like a little triangle outline of what I could see.
So yeah, if you have the night vision goggles in the Minecraft world, then that's exactly basically how I feel. I can't tell when there's light.
Okay. But yeah, sorry about that. She asked how Meepo was doing, and I was like, he's dripping in wine, and not in a good way either. She's like, oh, what happened? I was like, oh, I'm in this room. I'm like, oh shit, wait, this is the first room, isn't it? Because I couldn't see the outline, so I couldn't even show it to her real quick. She wants me to drink it all next time I go in. So Meepo might die. Who knows?
Good luck.
Challenge accepted.
I mean, hypothetically, we all went in and drank as fast as we could. If it
Mm.
has a certain amount that it floods in, hypothetically, we would just have an air bubble at the top.
I mean, granted, it was coming in really fucking fast through 4 mouths.
True.
If we could block 3 mouths, maybe.
Congratulations, you survived long enough to be crushed against the stone as it drained out of a force of a raging river.
True.
But you didn't feel anything because you were stupidly drunk.
Again, you wouldn't have time to get drunk.
And we've also found out the liquids can pass through my bubble, so it's not even like I can go in, put down the bubble, and just have a wine-proof bubble.
Nope.
That'd be amazing, though. Just like an underwater dome, just like,
I mean, if we had the mansion ability, we could just close the door and then just wait for it to empty, then open the door. Hey, look, it's an empty room. Hopefully.
So I'm fine if we go forward, but Nanter, are you going to lead?
Yeah.
Yes, Nanta, you go first.
Alright.
Roger, you can get in front of me too. Yes.
I think it'd be better if I cover the back.
Okay.
I mean, John can go in front of you,
Yes,
but
yes,
I
please,
can definitely
please.
cover the back.
Yes, John, please get in front of me.
Okay, let's do this again.
I say
Round 2.
At least Nanter has a light. I couldn't see last time.
Yeah.
Again, another reason why John should stay close to Nanter.
Well, I can see just fine, but
Yeah. You and your dark vision. Why couldn't my dad had a child that has dark vision? Jesus
look,
Christ.
I read the wrong book, and then I accidentally made a pact with the devil, and now I got dark vision. Okay, that's not my fault. It's research.
You drank serpent blood, bro.
Research.
Well, I mean, at this point, nothing would surprise me. Looking
Exactly.
at this tomb, so Andrew will start to make his way in, and we'll look around for the skeleton, see where he is.
Give me a perception check.
Why? Why? You're an 18 and you rolled into a 4. Why? Fucking stupid.
Sucks to suck.
That's me every time I roll on this stupid website. Slides across the entire screen on 20. Last second, 1. It's like, fuck you.
I know, right?
You don't see anything in the room.
Can't see the skeleton. I think it's not here. Nantu will move in with his axe in hand.
Oh, he's
holding
there.
the torch.
He's there. Right?
I'll say he's there.
Out of
And
character, he's
promise.
definitely there.
That just gotta cradling
Does
the
an
torch.
11 hit?
Oh,
No,
fuck.
it does not.
Oh,
Does a 23 hit?
oh,
Yes,
Jesus.
it does.
You take 5 points of piercing damage.
Is that already reduced or not?
No, I don't reduce damage.
Woo!
That's your job.
As it
There.
drops down from the ceiling on top of you.
Ah, motherfucker! I'm gonna go smack it.
Well, we got to roll for initiative now.
Yeah, no.
Ah, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Hold on,
I
don't
don't know.
roll
Like
yet.
Roger did it.
I
But
said
Yeah.
don't
everybody's
roll
thinking-
yet.
Click.
Okay.
Then go back here. Let me know when.
Go for it.
Click.
Wow.
That
Roger
19,
strikes again.
Hell
that
yes.
19 into a 3. 10 out of 10.
My 12 turned into a 2. Roger strikes again.
What the fuck?
Okay, Park, I'm gonna need to write a strongly worded letter to your campaign because somebody like overwaxed my web browser because these dice are sliding everywhere.
I know, right? I'm glad other people are finally witnessing. Like every single time I roll dice on this stupid site, it's perfect. It rolls the whole way across the screen on a side,
Yeah.
and then just rolls to the worst number. It's like,
Like, I don't know what you mean by finally noticing. I've been noticing this since day one and getting ever since Park's like, oh, we're gonna use D&D Beyond. It's frustrating. I'm fine doing it. It's frustrating how the dice roll because I've never seen dice behave this way.
Skeleton goes first.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Wait, did Orvex also roll 22? Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they did.
Skeleton's dex is bigger than Orvex. That's scary.
They actually
Yeah.
have the same dex.
Oh.
That's terrifying.
Yes, it is.
14 hit,
I believe so. Yeah, that's my armor class.
6 piercing.
Alright.
Second attack, adjusted 20.
Ouch.
That is going to be 6 piercing.
Alright.
Now it's Orvex's turn. He's just going to ready his, let's say, crossbow, and then he's going to hold. Bartholomew?
Well, I can't really do much right now. I'm gonna try and move past everybody here. So that's 5 feet of movement for going to people, right?
It's an extra 5 feet per 5 feet. Yes, twice, double
Okay,
movement.
So 10, 20, 25, 30. Right?
He gets an
And
attack of
then-
opportunity on you.
Okay.
7 to hit.
Nah, that misses.
Yeah.
We're gonna take this time to just cast a ray of frost.
Okay.
Okay. That is dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That is 4 points of frost damage.
All right.
And that's it.
Nern turn.
Alright. I'm gonna look at him and say, motherfucker. I'm gonna summon my echo behind it. And I'm gonna smack it. $24 to hit.
That hits. Oh,
7. Wait, 12? Oh yeah. I'm yeah, I forgot it adds the
and that's
modifier is on its own.
slashing damage.
yeah, it's slashing.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go for my second attack.
Yep.
So fun fact, D&D Beyond re-rolls if it lands on a 1 or a 2 if you have Great Weapon Master. Which is nice.
Nice. 26. Yeah, that hits.
13 bullets.
All right, you
For
bring your
slashing.
axe down and chomp it in half. The bones all turn to dust as it collapses on the floor, leaving just its head.
That takes care of that. Ah, son of a bitch. And then we'll move to the middle to light up the entire room with the torch.
All right, it appears to be no active threat. We're gonna
Hey.
go out of turn initiative order.
Gonna take the skull out that I have in my bag and look at it compared to the one that's here and see how closely identical they are.
Looks exactly the same.
I want to just look at the sarcophagus, see if it looks the same as the one before, if there's any identifying markers such as creatures.
I will assist him.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is a gilded coffin. It sparkles in the sunlight that's beaming down from the top of the ceiling here in the center of this chamber. There doesn't appear to be any sort of intricate carvings or anything on it. Looks pretty similar, very familiar to the one you saw before.
I'm gonna kind of sweep the walls, slowly walking to see if I can see any deviations in the masonry.
Okay. Anybody do anything else?
I'm just holding the light up to light up the entire room for those of us that can't see in the dark.
I'm gonna check the figureheads on the wall here too and see if they look the same.
Meepo, you just chilling out there in the hallway with Orvex?
I was on my character sheet. He's I guess I can move past people. So yeah.
Orvex will go into the room if you're going in.
Yeah, I've been waiting behind him.
All right, Roger and Jan, investigate me.
Okay.
Roger, you can add your proficiency with your masonry tools.
Wow. That's
Wow.
That's a 6.
What
That's
is
rude.
that?
You're
That's
at +4 proficiency.
Are you proficient on investigation with that roll?
That's correct. I have +4 proficiency.
All right. Okay. Roger, you're looking around. There doesn't seem to be any inconsistencies in the masonry. It all seems
I'm not even sure this is stone. What are you talking about?
you know it's stone. You know it's finely worked. It's hand carved. You don't know who did it. You don't know what did it, but it looks very similar to what you've seen before.
His temple's getting to him.
John, as you're looking through the first gargoyle head, you see in its mouth, it cuts off about halfway from where a normal mouth would continue down to like the back of the throat and then down the I can't think of the word. I just want to say sarcophagus, but it's not sarcophagus. Esophagus. There we go. Where it would normally go down an esophagus, it's cut off about halfway with what appears to be a airtight valve of some form. Looks like a triangle shutter valve.
Okay. Trying to remember if the last one had the same thing.
There should be an image I put somewhere.
Yeah, it's just
It did have the same thing.
okay. Well, these also have the valves in the mouths.
Yes, they do appear to have the valves in the mouths.
Oh, that was in character. Sorry. Holy shit, what the fuck was that? I need to go check something. I just felt a thud in the ground shake.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there a storm around you?
Yeah, we got a nor'easter going on right now.
Oh, you probably lost a tree.
Yeah, so I need
Trust
to make
me.
sure. I need to make sure the tree didn't hit my car.
Yeah,
Park and I have felt it
you would
hundreds
know
of
if the tree hit your car. You would hear
Yeah.
metal and glass. That's just a tree hitting the
I
ground.
imagine also a siren.
No,
Yeah.
not necessarily.
Yeah.
It's possible for sure,
Yeah,
but
just give me a second.
Yeah.
oh yeah, for sure.
If someone needs, if we go somewhere, someone
Go.
can move. What?
Go.
Okay.
Him and Zach are the same. Like Zach's like, yeah, I gotta go. Why? I think somebody got shot. Oh, okay. Then you should go. Yeah, well, but I mean, and then talk for like 5 minutes. I'm like, go. What are you doing? You just said you had to go.
I need to stand up. Why? Well, I mean, I've been losing about a pint of blood from my nose. It's kind of
My left
It's
arm
weird,
feels a little
Mike. Is
numb.
this
Like,
weird?
have you ever felt like your left arm and then you try to make a fist out of it and it's really hard to make a fist and then you just
Like-
get tired?
it's
You know?
tingly and
Yeah.
you're out of breath and your chest hurts, like, you know.
Oh my god, just go.
I just want to say, I did that with one of my old bosses. Like, they told me to go on a delivery. Went out for the car, and I like go to push on the brake, and it goes the whole way to the floor, but it does stop. Like, at the very bottom, it has some stopping. And I'm like, well, I can stop. I guess I'll do the delivery. I do the whole delivery. I come back, and I tell them about this. I'm like, hey, is it just me, or is it like the brake's really weird in that car? Like, it goes to the floor. I don't think that's right. They don't think I'm just joking, and I'm like being dramatic about it. Like 3 hours later, the boss goes out to use the car and comes right back. He's like, hey guys, the car has no brakes. I was like, yeah, I told you this. Like,
You didn't fucking listen to me.
Sucks, right?
I did a whole hour drive through the city with no brakes, but
Damn.
Oh, you had brakes. You were just probably wearing on the pad. I mean, on the rotors.
oh,
Yeah.
fuck, horribly.
If you don't know, if it feels like you're stepping on a sponge, change your brakes.
No, it didn't feel like I was stepping on a sponge. It literally went to
No,
the
you
floor
were
and
past
the last.
that. You were
Yeah.
way past stepping on a sponge.
Like, I tapped it, it bounced. It literally had no hold. It had no well, actually, what is it? Compression?
Resistance.
Yeah, no resistance at all. It just bounced to the floor, and if I held it on the bottom, it stopped.
Yeah. If it feels like you're stepping on a sponge, change your brakes immediately. You've actually gone past changing your brakes.
All right, what is anybody else doing?
Solo was past that.
The brake line actually severed is what happened. So
I believe. I know.
I'm
You had no pneumatic pressure. Probably because it was so much wear because you had to.
Okay, we can keep going.
Sorry.
I'm just going to investigate the sarcophagus and just look at the designs on it and see if there's anything that catches my eye. Just, I like art.
Yep, just like what I said before when Roger was looking at it in Nanter, it's a gilded stone sarcophagus. There doesn't seem to be any intricate designs on it.
Okay.
The light shining from the ceiling on top, the center of it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to sit there and wait until we figure out what we're going to do next then.
So
I'm going to pull out my axe and try to use the sunlight and take the beam and hit the dead skeleton with it.
All that's left is the head.
Wait, what about the body of it? Like, just
Ash,
When
dust,
it
gone.
died, everything turned to ash except its skull.
okay.
It
Okay,
didn't feel too
gotcha.
good, Mr. Stark.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Shit.
Shut up.
now, if we do want to open the sarcophagus, we do probably want to be prepared for the exact same trap.
Yeah, I know.
So, I believe it was Meepo's idea of trying to filter it into the mouth of the thing
demon?
up the hill,
Yeah.
up the hallway.
Oh, yeah.
I'm back. I did move my car though.
Alright.
Nice. So we should probably prepare the diversion effort before we even open the sarcophagus.
But we have no
Absolutely.
way to divert it, though. That's the problem. Like, the best I can do is like 3 feet. Like, I can't do it by myself.
I don't have anything. I mean, if Zarius was here, maybe we could do some stone shaping. I don't know if his power goes that large.
Okay, here's a really dumb question for you, Prag. Just because I don't know how it would work.
Okay.
I can spawn an item with spawn an object with I'm making sure I give it the right name before I tell you. Minor conjuration. There you go. I can summon something that's within a 3 foot by 3 foot side. Hypothetically, could I spawn like a hollow, like folded cube? Imagine like you did like one of those cube cutouts. So it's a 3 by 3 feet object made of metal, bendable metal, and then I unfold it.
I don't know if Meepo has ever seen that.
I don't know what he's trying to explain.
I mean, it's a box basically. Imagine a box, but all the sides are like,
Think of a folded tarp. He wants
hold
to
on.
make a metal box that.
Oh,
can
I was
unfold.
thinking you were thinking like a square and a square and a square and a square that
No.
comes out.
So, here I'm going to drop a picture.
But you're talking
in-
about like the six-sided or like the
it's a
six-sided
bunch of-
unfolded.
Oh my god!
squares.
Hold on. Jesus,
mean like
that
a-
link?
like a texture box, right?
No.
Basic. Well, the sides are folded in to make a cube.
Looks like a
And-
cross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a
Yeah.
texture
Yeah.
box.
Okay, I didn't know that was a texture box. But like it folds to a cube. Can I basically make
Yeah.
that shape? But already folded?
Link the spell for me.
It's in. Oh. You do. I was just saying. I thought you were saying like what I was talking
No,
about.
no, link the spell.
Because it says about taking damage, and I don't know if folding something would technically make it take damage.
I guess that's fair. Most textures these days are done in spheres.
Yeah. So usually for reflections. So
Why is the spell to make a cube in the first place?
because if I make this 3x3 foot thing and it's like in that shape and I unfold it, then hypothetically it is a 3x12.
Yeah. It increases it a bit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know if Meepo has ever seen that.
He hasn't seen a cube?
Not like that.
Not with the workings you're describing.
Because it's specifically, if I thought it said in the spell of a non-magical object that you have seen. Like you've seen a cube, but not one that can break apart like that. I don't think.
So you mean I've never seen a metal sheet cube or a metal box or like I feel like that's not a very complex object. That's a pretty standard shape, I feel.
Solo knows what that thing is. Because Solo has seen that.
A second grader knows what that is.
Right, because
Like,
internet
you
exists.
think a trained, knowledge wizard who
a
trained
learned wizard who's been stuck in a wizard tower
a
going over
scholar,
arcane stuff?
Like,
a literal scholar.
I'm sure a
hold on.
tinkerer knows it.
Yeah, like
that's mechanical.
some professionists would know. Okay, hold on. Are you proficient in... What would this be? This would be history.
Yes.
Give me a roll.
Come on, don't fail me now, dice.
2.
Sad part is I have a fucking +8. Like, I'm extremely proficient in history.
The DC was 15.
Oh,
I'll let you do it.
the question
Hell
is, if
yeah.
I fold it, like unfold it, is that damaging it?
No,
Okay.
because it's part of the thing. It's part of how it's built. So
No
no,
repetitive folds, I'm sure.
I will allow you to do that. Yes.
Okay.
Each
'Cause, yeah, I was trying to
side is 3 feet by 3 feet.
So
Things
which
just
means,
got interesting.
and I don't think there's a way that I could fold that to get all of them in segment. Like one would definitely be separate. So I assume that cross shape is probably the best case scenario I can get.
Yes,
You could do a T.
that is a T. A cross is a T.
Well, hold on. No,
wouldn't
no,
make it any
no,
Oh, you
that's
mean
a
like a
cross.
capital T?
A capital T is the best outcome for I think what Solo wants,
It wouldn't make it longer though.
No, it doesn't make it longer.
but it does.
No, it makes it the exact same size.
Right, but
Yeah.
he has more options to work with.
Right,
Yeah,
but it doesn't make
because
it
he has a
If
longer.
I was
Longer.
trying to cover a hallway, I would want longer in one direction than overall. Like, I would want a long tail. But if it's fine, if it doesn't mean anything for Solo. then
Okay,
it
hold
doesn't
on.
mean anything.
So
I guess I could do like an R shape as well. Now that I think about it. So like
You
it
could do
comes up 4 and then right 2, because that would also make a square.
that would leave the top hole empty.
You're right. Never mind. Yeah, no, you're definitely right. You're right. One has to go on either side, and moving it up isn't gonna make it any longer. It'll just give side flares in a different spot.
Correct.
Because I can't bend them the other way without severing it. That would definitely be damage.
Especially if you're trying to make it out of metal, that's correct. It would damage it.
Yeah, and you can't do an L because then it, it kind of wraps
L is
itself.
basically the R, and it also leaves one side open.
Yes.
Right.
Because it would go to the side and then the top, and the top already is covered by the 4 long. So
It would leave one of the sides open.
so that one doesn't work. So literally that's like the only formation, and it's just like choice of do I want to move it to like the bottom or the top or in the center. And I think actually having it on the bottom of the top would be better, because then it would like I could basically like put it like I could fold one side up on the front so it doesn't go down the hallway. So like hold on, where's the 20? Hold on. Just Prague. I'm gonna move back for a second. Hypothetically, if I did
No.
that,
It actually counted my sub on the day I resubbed. Wow.
so if I put it here, so well, it would only be Jesus, it would be so what? It'd be 12. Oh god, it doesn't even. It's not each a square. I just realized that either. So it wouldn't even be the full length.
Nope.
It'd be the best chance I'd have to deflect it over there, though. I'm trying to think. Could I get a shape that would be this, and this? Oh god, why is that a square? Okay, whatever. That, and like then however far this way it would let me go. Could I pull that off with that shape? Yeah, I could.
Remember, each side is 3 feet.
Yeah, I know it wouldn't cover. Yeah, it wouldn't cover that length, but it would get me around the corner. I think, which would at least put the water in the closer to the right way of getting over there. I'll delete that one because that one's fine. Okay. But yeah, I guess that's a hypothetical way we could problem solve that. So move this character back now. So I guess I'll relay this to them that because I've been like everybody else wouldn't know this, so I would relate the idea that if we're going to try to deflect it, I could try to create this shape with a minor conjuration. If they want me to, I can go ahead and do it, and we can try to redirect it, but it's not going to cover everything. It would need some additional help or some other objects, or if you guys can summon anything. I don't know if anybody can.
Define summon.
Do you have like anything that make like a sheet or some solid object to deflect liquids?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Andrew, you just walk around with a sheet of sheet metal or a wooden board or a plank, or you know what? Do you have that sheet of plywood by chance?
I tap my chest. All the sheet metals here. But what we could do is just use a human wall for what remains, and just just do it that way, I guess.
Yeah, I don't have any metal items left anymore after hopping in that chest.
Man, that's wild. It's just wild.
I
mean,
have some pots and stuff.
We're not in turn order, right?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna walk here, here, and here.
So
nope, that's not this room. That's upstairs.
Meepo's asking for metal.
I'll say, where's that metal fan at? But that's on the next. That's on the previous floor, isn't it? That unobtainium fan or whatever it's called.
Yeah, all the modulum fan is upstairs.
The Mitchell fan.
Basically.
Is Meepo asking for metal?
Yeah, we like something that would some flat object that would prevent liquid from going through. Metal, wood, just something to deflect the flow.
The best I have is my shields. I have 2 of them.
How big is a shield, like dimension wise?
There's only one kind of shield in this game. It's basically a kite shield.
So we're doing kite shield. It's not like a tower shield. It's not a great shield. Like it's not. It's just a simple kite shield.
Right?
Usually.
Round shield, parrying shield.
Usually
no,
they're
there's only
kite
one
shields.
shield in 5th edition.
Alright, I mean,
Kind of
technically work.
upsetting.
It kind of work. So like, what's the like height of the kite shield? Like
About
what?
3 feet, I think.
2.5, 3.
Yeah, it's not a big tower shield, so it's not a buckler, right? But it's not
Right,
a tower.
but it's
shield.
not a tower. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a so like you remember Diablo 2 kite shields? It's like
the white and yellow ones. Yeah, that's
it's like
how I pictured
kneecap
it.
to shoulder, about 3 feet.
And you have 2 of them?
Yeah, I have a backup shield and a magic
5,
shield.
12, 17, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20. Does anybody have a third kite shield by chance?
Zarius.
Zarius.
Zarius would have solved a lot of problems, but he got, kidnapped. Again. So. We only have so many options.
Plus, if somebody is fighting that torrent, he'll need backup. Like, I think if we're looking to brace the shields, it would need to be Nanter and myself, and even then, we're gonna have a tough time.
Yeah, but we should be fine.
We weren't fine last time.
I was fine last time. I don't know what you guys were doing.
Well, there was a bit of trouble.
Oh. I was upstream, so it makes sense.
If we can get one more kite shield, we can tie the banister. Some liquid would get through, but it would get a significant amount of it. Because I can, with the dimensions that I planned, I can pull off 12 feet of 12 by 3 of sheet metal.
Meepo. Could a floating disc work by chance?
Do I know the spell he's talking about? Because I think you're talking about the sensors, right?
Yeah, tension floating disc.
Yeah. Do I know the spell? Would I know anything about it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've heard about it, seen it.
Would
Meepo,
it be something that I'd be able to put against the wall to deflect liquids?
Meepo, does
Link
liquid
the spell if you have it.
Here you go. I'm not sure about it here.
does liquid pass through that dome you create?
Plane of force, 3 feet in diameter, 1 inch thick. Floats 3 feet above the ground. It floats above the ground,
And it's horizontal.
so it's like parallel with the ground.
Correct.
It can't go perpendicular. So no.
Damn. Okay.
Sorry, what were you saying, John?
I say, does that dome you create have let liquid pass through it?
Very much so. It was already a thought of maybe putting the dome in here and then flooding it so we're all safe. But all that would mean is that we have a nice colorful bubble to drown in.
I
Meepo,
see.
Yes.
if I took off my armor, could you use that? It is chainmail.
You're back.
Chainmail is not what I was hoping you would say. I was hoping you would say it was plate. Plate, possibly. Chain, wouldn't that just kind of be a
Chainmail?
filter? Wouldn't that just be a filter liquid?
Yeah,
Here, I have a colander. There's a roof leak.
Basically.
I say, can Orvax spare his back plate, and can we use that? Because he's a robot, remember?
What's a doppelganger? What are you talking about?
If something's solid, then wait, hold on. Checks inventory. I have a shield.
Bruh. Bruh.
I can't use it, so I forget I have it. Like I don't have the stat. Like I don't have the.
That's the whole time trying to rob people of their equipment. He's got the thing he
It's
needs.
literally temporarily. Like I forget that I have. Oh, wizard. Like I don't think about shields that I would have one because I never use it.
Anything else you got hiding in that pouch there?
I got a 10. Oh wait. Wow.
Oh my god. Dude.
Oh,
What is it?
no.
What is it?
I just realized I have a tent. Hypothetically, that is probably water-resistant material.
Well, if you want to say that, then I probably have one too. Wait a minute. Yeah, I have right here a two-person tent.
Yep, that's the same one I just realized I have. Wow.
You probably should have just said that too.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Check your inventories. Very important.
Yeah.
I speak from experience. Check your inventories.
Wow.
You may have an amulet that clears a room. You hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
So I realized, because I was like trying to see if anybody had a shield, and I realized, wait, I have a shield. I was like, huh, what else do I have in here? Like, what 10? What am I going to use? Wait, 10's probably water resistant. Probably could just use that.
Meeple's like the kid that cleans his room and finds all the new toys he had that he never realized he had.
Unfortunately, I've done that many times in real life.
I still do it. I'm 24.
Yeah, still do it. I'm fucking 27. Like,
That happens.
okay.
Man.
So, how large is a? Hold on, I'm just gonna click on it. Tell me how large a two-person tent is.
Enough to hold two people.
How much without destroying the tent? How much feet of cloth, like water-ish resistant cloth would I have?
I would say it's 6 by 10, or maybe 10 by 10.
You got two of them, so I mean,
Yep, 10 by
Oh, yeah.
10 wax treated square.
Not only that, I got two of them. So if you need more than one, I got you.
What?
Don't ask questions, Nanter.
Okay, so here's how I'm gonna do this. So the way I'm thinking about this, we do minor conjuration. We make this cube. We unfold it in the original hallway where the brunt force of the liquid is going to be. Once it hits the metal, deflects off of it. We run the tenth along the railing on the side. Try to make it as watertight as possible. And then once we've pulled that off, we just use the tents to flow the water down the last hallway into the mouth.
I'm cool with that.
Sounds like a good plan if ever I heard one.
Sounds good.
How many tents do you think we're going to need?
Also, remember, I don't remember if it went up the donut or this term down, maybe, since we are on the upside down.
Did you really have to make that reference?
Say that again?
Alright, remember we're in this, like, alternate dimension, right? And the side hallways will...
What do you mean by alternate dimension?
That, you know, we went up a donut, and now we're in this new tomb, you know? So I say, an alternate dimension, parallel universe? I don't know, I'm not magical.
I'm not magical either, and I mean, we never left the tomb. What do you mean?
Dad just starts to cry.
Are you okay, Nanter? Do you need a hug?
No, maybe.
Roger, give the man a hug. I'm not a very touchy person.
But I'm not upside down.
Oh, brother.
But do you know that, though? Are you, though?
I'm gonna spit.
Falls to the floor.
Nope. When I spit, when I'm hanging from a tree, it goes towards my head.
Okay, well, you say you're not upside down, but what if the gravity is reversed?
Not entirely.
I think if you were upside down and the gravity was reversed, then you would still be right side up. Yes.
I believe that's kind of what I was going with. Orvex, thank you for backing me, because I'm not a scholar, and that's kind of what I thought is my understanding.
That's just what I've believed, yeah.
Huh?
That's just what I've believed. I'm not a scholar of the sciences either, but mostly history.
My understanding of gravity is gravity makes things go down. And if I'm upside down, then the gravity would make it appear it's going up for me, but only because I'm upside down. But if gravity is reversed, it would still go down. And therefore, I'm right side up and no longer upside down.
Now the brain goes into dial-up mode.
Nanter's echo dies.
Roger, you're smarter than you give us credit for. I want you to know that.
Well, I think you're the only one to say that, but thank you.
Alright. Let's see how Meeple's doing.
Yep.
Nanter will make his way down the hallway.
I think we broke Nanter, Roger.
We're not. I mean, he's the one who thinks we're in a different tomb. Did you leave? I didn't leave the tomb.
I didn't leave the tomb.
I mean, that hallway is most peculiar, and the fact that there's a mirror, an identical version of where we just were, but is that really stranger than anything else we've seen in this place?
No, not at all. Like I said, I used to think only one god existed, if even it did, but now there's 40 of them apparently.
To be fair, if it was an identical tomb, wouldn't there also be a dead body? I didn't quite see one.
Oh, you're right, Orvex. I misspoke. Similar architecture and layout.
I mean, it's identical, but I don't think the body is part of the building. Like, it's more just someone died. Like, if we die, there isn't going to be 8 clones of us.
Because, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's an exact mirror, as in a reflection. I just think it's an expanded version of this tomb that just looks the same, right? If I put two If I had a house with 2 rooms connected by a hallway, I could put the chair in the same spot. That doesn't mean it's a mirror. They just look the same.
Right, but a dead body is a skeleton, right? And we just fought the same skeleton?
But if it was,
it did turn to ash.
You're not here.
Down the hall.
But if it was the same skeleton, how did we fight it again? It would have to be another skeleton.
Well, you said it was an identical tomb.
And I corrected
But then
myself.
why wouldn't the body in the hallway be there if this dead body was here?
I apologize and misspoke and said I misspoke. By identical, I meant similar architecture and design.
But then how does the skeleton in this room have to do with the architecture and design?
Because it's just like a chair. If I have a chair that looks the same, I put it in 2 rooms of my house. That doesn't mean it's the same room.
Right,
Maybe
but this skeleton with the square skull that we just killed, we had also killed in what is being called as the previous tomb or the original or the first tomb, whatever. But the dead body in the hallway is not in this one.
Right. So it's a different. It's not. I mean, it's not the same place, but it's definitely a different place.
But if it's not the same place, then how did you not leave?
Because I just went down a hallway. Just because I go to another room doesn't mean I'm out of the building.
I think I've gotten a little slow in my old age. I don't understand.
So in your libraries or school or wherever you went in your academy, do you have offices and you go down the hall and you go to another room? You didn't leave your building.
Right, but they're not the same office.
But if they were built the same, they would look the same, but that doesn't mean you're out of the building. They just look the same. If you have 2 rooms connected by a hallway, it's one structure. But if you model both rooms identical, that doesn't mean it's a different building. You're in the same building. The rooms are just the same. I put the desk in the right corner and the window in the left corner and my bookshelf in the far wall, and then I made it look exactly the same in the other office. It's the same building and 2 different offices. I just have furniture that looks exactly the same.
Oh, okay. That makes a little bit more sense now. I'm with you now.
And I'll look at it, and I'll look at Bartholomew. I don't understand necromancy, but most of your conjurations have just been skeletons, and the skeletons all basically look the same.
Yes, right? Everyone's the same under the skin.
Well, I mean, my skeleton doesn't look like Nanter's, but I get what you're saying. So maybe he just resurrected the same type of creature and turned him into the skeleton head.
That's completely plausible. Yes.
So I don't know why he thinks we're in a different tomb. Mm-hmm. It's a peculiar hallway, but Brogwyn has been sucked in by a wall. That's kind of peculiar.
It's also possible he's just rationalizing things for it to make it sense to him.
Well, when hunting and you hear a neigh, you look for horses.
Maybe we should turn on to that.
Centaurs are common, but they don't often neigh.
I wouldn't think so.
I thought deer could neigh.
No. They make high
What's
pitched
deer say?
noises.
Wait, what?
So, at the end of the hall, what are you guys doing down here?
I'm following nature.
We're just talking about reality and existence.
I'm following nature.
Thoughts.
Yeah, I'm following Nanter because he's got the light and I'm blind as a bat.
I walk up to him like, hey, you need help?
Yes, I will need someone very strong here in a second. Because I don't know if I can make the metal pipe, like, quote unquote, easily bendable. I don't know if that's an option that I can choose.
Fire damage is metal.
I didn't say fire. What?
Oh, you said bendable. I assumed you were going to heat it.
No, like, I could take a paper clip and just bend it. If I made it like sheet metal and thin. Like, can I choose that? Can I choose that as a thing, or do I have to choose like a type? of material.
Ductile. That's the word. Ductile.
Yes. Choose a ductile, malleable metal.
No, malleable just means it can be shaped. Like
I'll
with
say ductile
hitting.
means that it takes force without breaking.
I thought ductile means it could bend, and malleable means it can be.
No,
Malleable means
ductile metal means it can bend without breaking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, ductile. Yeah. Because malleable is about being hit and shaped.
But I always thought ductile meant stretchy.
Well,
It would be deformed without
not
losing
necessarily.
toughness. Pliable. Okay, so I guess this is similar to pliable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I remember in school, ductility was just basically.
This has been
like,
the most like math
Yeah.
and geometry. And
That's because you guys are going all off the rails.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jesus.
That's
We're
fair.
just
Anyway,
bullshitting right
the whole
now.
point-
With this happen message
The whole
in
point
my
is
brain
that
is exploding
All right,
right
John,
now.
calm down.
I just want to make metal that can be bent and it won't explode. And I also don't want to make like fucking T7 tool steel that you try to bend it and you're just like, nope, that ain't happening, chief. Like, no, like I just want some bendable, like sheet metal is how I pictured. Like,
Oh no, sheet metal.
I don't know. Like, that's what I'm asking. I mean, like, do I have to choose them? Can I like?
It doesn't say in the spell you choose the material. From what was linked, it doesn't say what material it's made out of or how it's chosen. Just an object that you've seen.
We'll roll with it.
So yeah, the metals you know are iron, gold, silver, mithril, tin, copper. I think there's steel exists. You've probably
Copper's
seen
pretty
steel.
bendable. Steel's probably a lot harder. to bend.
Yeah, there's still armor. Isn't there?
Well, chainmail is usually
Not
made out of
necessarily,
iron
because
steel.
steel is a special way of forging iron. So it depends
fair.
on how advanced they are in their forging.
That's
It would
fair.
probably be a very low carbon steel, so it'd be like maybe cast iron as well.
Isn't no, never
Just
mind.
still iron.
Mhm.
Just cast. That's why it's called cast iron.
Okay, so I would say copper.
Okay.
And I'm going to form the cube with the the hypothetical bendable shapes that I had shown you.
Mhm.
And I'm going to say, hey Nanter, I need you to flatten this out. And like I imagine that like I can show him that it's kind of like it's not like welded shut per se. It's like it has open edges, so it can be unfolded. And I'm like, I need you to flatten this out as best as you can, and I would like it to be a shape that will go. And I kind of like point. I kind of want the shape to be here, here, and here. However far it can go this way. Like I'm probably gonna run out of space at that point. And then what we'll do is we'll lay whatever tents are left to cover this part, so that it's somewhat water resistant, so that hopefully it's gonna hit the stairs and run that way. So that's how my plan is for this, basically.
Right. So once the cube is there, an enter will do as Meeple says.
Yeah, it's kind of like a zigzag, so, without the diagonal.
Yeah, so an enter will flatten out the copper thing.
Cube.
The
It
cube
was a cube.
opened up, and then he will
How far
put it
your
against-
cube gets?
Yeah, okay, that's not terrible. I'll take it.
Because remember,
that's
it's
the
only
majority of what
12 feet long. Fully stretched out.
Yeah, do I get the tab to add an extra foot?
No.
Dang. Okay, fair enough.
At least try.
And then I will take my tent out and try to make a somewhat water sealable wall on the fence, like on the railing. I know it's not going to be 100% perfect, but hopefully it'll get a large flow and redirect a majority of it.
How are you attaching these tents and how are you standing them up?
I imagine a tent would have like ways for like fastening to the ground, so I'd try to use like the ropes and stuff for it to tie it to the railing.
You have to remember, this isn't modern day tents. It's basically a 10 by 10 square cloth that you stick branches on and tie down with your rope.
I figured I'd try to attach it with the rope somehow. I know it's not gonna be perfect, but
So you could use those anchors that we have for climbing to
The
anchor it.
pecans.
oh, I thought we lost those.
I mean, I have 8 more, and I pull out 8 more with all my fingers.
I will risk the loss of my tent for this if need be.
How are
guess
you
we
making
can
it
try
watertight?
Well, I imagine we're trying to anchor it like tightly. I'm not gonna say it's gonna like perfectly keep water. I'm just trying to say it like lets most of it out, and like it can leak. So I'm not trying for flawless water retention, but like a majority is hopefully going to get deflected over because it is going to have current pushing it. So
I
Okay.
also have rope if we need it.
So how are you tying it to the fence? Like, you
Um,
haven't
I
told me
figure-
what's going on
I
exactly.
figure we could like taunt it up to the top, like so it's kind of like draped over the top pretty easily, and then we can like tie it to the fence. Like I imagine it's because it's a bit taller, so because you have what 6 by 10. So how tall is the fence? I guess
About 5
pictured.
feet.
Okay, so it'd be like from the ground up and then like a foot over on the back side, and then we can like use that to like tie it to the fence.
Well, I rephrased. They're 10 by 10
Oh,
pieces of cloth
then I have,
for the tents.
we'll say 4.5 feet of tent laying over the back of the fence that we could use to help secure it to the fence and tie to it. Like kind of. We could also do if we're batoning it to python it to the ground, like we put it into the floor through the tent, and then use that to secure the backside of the tent to it. It would be taunt on itself.
Right, you just have to tell me what you're doing.
I literally just did.
Okay, because I heard we could either tie it to the fence or we could hammer the pythons in the ground.
No, like
Are you saying you're doing both?
yes, because it. So if this is the fence, like fence is here, we're gonna lay the tent like so it's like here and like bolt it to the ground there, and then it's gonna come up and over, and then like we can tie it back to this side so it still holds taunt.
But how are you tying it? It's a solid piece of cloth.
You literally just put a hole. I just literally said I put a hole through it and put the batons into the ground.
No, I know how you're tying I know how you're using the pythons in the ground, but you said you're tying the rest of the tent on itself. Well, it's over the fence, but it's a piece of cloth.
I would literally stab a sword through it. Like we just need to make a small hole to like
A
tighten
slit.
it down.
You're gonna make a strip out of it.
No, what I think.
He wants to know what you're using for adhesion, like a rope, a strip of rope, right?
Literally rope through the tent, like through the cloth, to tie it back to the batons that are also through the cloth.
Okay, I didn't hear that rope part. I heard I'm tying the tent to itself, which a 10 by 10 solid piece of cloth can't do over a fence.
Nancer also brought up that he had rope as well. I said, yeah.
Well, I knew you had rope. I just need to know what you're doing so I know how the mechanics of the water is going to work. How the mechanics of the liquid is going to work when you do this. Okay.
I'm also trying to make sure it's secure enough. That's also why, like, whenever I showed like the bottom here, like there's a little bit of like slack after the fence. Like this is like curved here, but then it's like bolted here. So
no,
there's,
that
like,
part
some
I got.
slack.
I just didn't know how it was being tied. Okay, so that's too big. We're gonna have to go ahead and redraw exactly how you're gonna have this stuff out. The yellow is where your little object comes apart.
So I will draw the line to that. So it went from here to here to there, right?
Yep.
That's where the
That's
sheet metal
about
is.
12 feet.
So then the metal is going to pick up, or the tent is going to pick up, you said 10 feet. So it would go to about here. Because that would be 10 feet, right?
Yeah, that's about 10.
And
then you also have this
I'll be more
little
precise. It's more like
3.
there.
You also have this little 3-foot square here.
And I figured we could take a second tent because we were offered up multiple tents, and secure. We could probably just do. We could probably do. Yeah. We'll run from the baton that's in the corner here straight to here, put it to the wall, so that it like redirects around that way. So it would be tied the same way that this one. So it'd be tied the same way that this one is, like over the railing to itself on the corner. So it would be tied to that same baton in the corner, and then we would anchor this on the top and the bottom.
Tied to the same piton or two different pitons?
This one, like this corner here, right here, is going to share. So they're both anchored with the same one, basically.
Mhm.
And then the other one, this corner over here, will have a fresh one. Actually, the fresh one, there'll be two, because there'll be two on the wall, one high, one low. I guess if I was trying to sum this up overall, I'm using batons to secure it to the floor, wrapping the tent over, securing the back flap of the tent back to the same baton, so it's also going over and through the railing to kind of hold itself taut, so it could maybe be smooth and deflect water without getting caught. And then I'm just making a wall path, like a pathway with it, so that it'll hopefully flow to where I need it to. It's the simplest way to say it without trying to go as precise as I can.
All right, so your conjure thing lasts an hour. And you're hammering down the pythons and putting the tents up?
Yeah, and
Yeah, I'll use my pitons and my rope. Need be as well. So.
And I
I'll
volunteered
hammer
my
them
tent. I'll put my tent as whichever one is hypothetically going to be the most quote unquote cut up. So I don't want to damage somebody else's tent.
Anyone else helping? Is everyone's just watching?
Yeah, it's me and Meepo at the moment.
If first tying, I'll do some tying stuff off.
We were discussing reality in the sarcophagus room and haven't been asked for help.
Yeah.
All right, back to the reality questions. What's going on in the sarcophagus room?
Nothing.
Okay. Go ahead and whoever's hammering, give me a strength check.
That would be me.
Whoever is tying, give me a dex check or intelligence.
22.
I'll
round.
assist with whoever's tying.
I want an individual roll, if you don't mind, Meepo.
Oh,
Either
I was just
dex or
trying to give him advantage,
intelligence.
but sure. I was just trying to give him advantage.
No, it's all good. I'm gonna make this a group skill check challenge.
So what? It was dexterity or intelligence, you said?
Yeah, for tying.
I'm gonna say intelligence because I'm way smarter than I am dexterous, but that's still shit. So.
Fair enough. All right, so you get your little metal figure out, get that undone and unfurled, getting the tent squared away. Nanter knocking those pythons in pretty easily. And then once he gets those, you then throw the tent over to try and make it as taut as you can. At the base of the fence to try and make it so that no liquid can go through, or at least to the best of your ability. Meepo trying to get some knots going, but he has really small hands. Probably better to undo knots than to tie them. John coming in and helping out where Meepo left off to make the knots a little more secure. So you now have one tent. You have one section of the hallway that it goes up that is blocked off by 3 feet high. And then the fence also goes up another 5 feet, not completely blocked until you get to the tent, where the entire 5 feet of the fence is blocked off. And then you get to the hallway where 5 feet to about, let's say 8 feet to count for slack, is blocked off, curving up toward the hallway. Go ahead and mark off your 2 tents and all 8 pythons. As they are currently all in use. All right. Oh, you said you had 8 pythons.
Okay.
I didn't think he was using all of my. I kind of figured we only need like 4 to 6 is what I figured.
I'll concede
mean-
to 6.
Okay, so I use
Because
all
yeah,
my
corner is
pythons.
a bit risky. We'd probably at least want a core center one. So
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
I use all 6 of my pitons. So we
all
got
6.
Yeah, I got checks.
You said you had 8.
You said you had 8.
I looked at the wrong thing. Sorry.
All right
Yeah.
then. All 6 of your pythons.
Suddenly
Yeah.
DC is higher because it's not as secure.
Sorry,
now.
I looked at torches, and I have 8 torches, and I have 6 pitons. Don't worry about it. I'm a blind cow. What do you
Speaking
expect?
of which, your torch is almost used up.
Grab a new one, light it over the old one, and toss the old one over the edge.
Ting, 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 ting.
Right. We Gucci.
I think this is as good as it's gonna get.
Right. Let's go tell the others. Manta will lead the way. Yo, we finished the rediversion effort. What's going on here?
Oh, nothing but just sitting here waiting. We were discussing realities more, but the competition trailed off. Are we ready to go?
Yeah, you guys can give it a check over, especially Roger. I know he's very meticulous.
Yeah, I think if since we probably won't have much of another chance for a while, I'm definitely gonna go check this out. Excuse me.
Enjoy.
So what is the yellow? Is that the tent?
Yellow's the cube from the minor conjuration, and then the tent is the red.
That yellow cube is the extra square that's laying on the ground.
Is the yellow against the fence?
Which yellow? There's 2. The line or the square?
How's the cube laid out?
All right, this is just confusing people. Because there's 6 sides. The 4 sides are up against the fence. One side has to be on the ground.
Yeah, that's what I
one
just
side,
asked.
I figured that like one side was right here. I figured that this is like that's exactly. I figured that side was going to be a plate, just kind of like more anchored to the ground. Maybe catch some more liquid and push it in the other direction.
Okay, and so that
So,
this
and
arrow
the other plate
is
is just like, oh, you know what? The other plate could be just literally straight above it, so it's like it's 6 feet right here. Oh wait, why did I do that?
So is this the end of the cube?
No, the other yellow is the end of the cube.
So these are tents?
Yes, after the yellow line, they're tents.
Okay. Yeah. No, I just was down the hall, so I didn't see all the layout.
Yeah, technically the fence directly at the end of the hallway is 6 feet high because it's gonna have the other flap above it, so it's 2 tiles tall basically right there.
Okay. So I'm gonna push. I'm gonna go when I'm near the metal. I'm gonna push against it to see how much give it does, and see basically the bottom against of the floor. See if it can create an air gap. Then of course I'm gonna look at the knots and see how the knots are.
So the metal gives pretty easily, pretty flexible.
If given direct force at the bottom angle where the floor, where it meets the floor, does it look like it's going to create a gap easily?
Given enough force, of course, it's going to give. It's made of copper. Give me an investigation.
Okay. Oh, fuck right off.
Odds look pretty good.
Okay.
Fight sounds pretty solid. You can check again.
Definitely, especially these over here.
Yeah, give me another one.
Fuck right off.
Well, looks pretty solid. And you can definitely tell it was Nanter's hand.
I'll go back to the room saying, okay, I mean, depending on how much force this wine's going to give us, if there is wine, it has a chance. Yeah, I guess I should ask Meepo. Did you need our shields? My shields?
No, we found out that it was.
Okay.
Hey, Park, I'm gonna pocket that other skull.
Okay. Mark it in your inventory, please.
I will.
All right. I mean, it looks fine to me. I mean, I'm
Right.
not really sure how the wine's going to flow, but it's mostly secure.
Right, we good to go.
Well, who's going to be standing where, and who's going to open the sarcophagus?
All of you will be outside the room. My echo will be right in where it was last time, right on the other side of the door. Then I will completely push open the sarcophagus this time. Take a quick look inside and then change positions.
I was going to say, make sure you look inside.
Yes, I definitely will.
This
Okay,
is gonna sound stupid.
I'm going to stand on the stairs.
From
Yeah,
like
that's probably
Meepo's
gonna
point
be
of view, that's what he sees basically.
I'm going to stand on the stairs.
Yeah, that makes sense, Meepo.
So that's the best way to visualize it. So
How'd you get around the tent, Roger?
he's a very agile boy.
How tall is it? 6 feet?
5. Well, 5 over the banister, and then between 5 to 8 feet going from the banister to the wall.
Yeah, we didn't really think about people over it. That hadn't been
Fair.
of mine.
The cube is 3 feet tall? Like
Yes.
each side is 3 by 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, correction, I will climb over here and hang out and look at this corner and watch both avenues.
You start hearing the gnawing and mashing of mouths trying to bite
Yeah.
at something.
Because we didn't poke indefinitely at this door.
Yep. Not compared to the other one.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of dead bits over there.
Well, last we checked, they were dead. Time makes fools of us all.
True.
All right, where do you guys want Orvex?
Outside.
Vortex can come to me. In front of me, between John and I. Like, there-ish.
Okay. Bartholomew's hopping over there. John's right next to him. Echoes down the hall. Nanter's staying in the sarcophagus room.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that was you who walked past me, Orvex.
What?
Meepo's gonna kind of like step over here and kind of be like, "Can I get a lift?"
I need uppies.
Meepo's
Yeah.
just like a little child, just sitting there with his arm just jumping.
John
Okay.
can't see.
Yeah.
John is in
Sure.
pitch blackness.
Meepo would like uppies.
Bartholomew's gonna turn around, grab Meepo, and pick him up, and put him right down beside him.
Meepo would like uppies. Help.
Actually, no, he's not putting down. He's gonna pick him up and throw him over his shoulder and just walk past John. Walk past John.
Meepo would like uppies.
So you're putting Meepo behind John?
Yes.
You can go ahead and put yourself there. Yeah. All right, what's happening?
Alright, so Nanter will make sure that his axe is tightly on his body. And he will crack his knuckles. Okay, here we go. And with his right hand, he will push open the sarcophagus while holding the torch, not dropping it this time, so he can have a very clear view of what's inside the sarcophagus. And after a nice good view, he will change positions with his echo.
Okay, strength check.
Fucking piece of shit.
Doesn't budge.
Damn it.
Must have really spent a lot of strength hammering in those pitons.
Yeah, you're a little winded. You did hammer in a lot of pythons into solid stone.
And I'm just using one hand.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Damn it. Fuck. I will put the torch on top of the lid.
Okay.
And then let me take some measurements before I fuck up. Okay. So he will, with the torch on top of the sarcophagus, use both hands and rotate the entirety of the front section towards his left, clockwise, so that the entire lid is at least 45 to 90 degrees from where it started.
Okay. Strength check.
You fucking kidding me? That was almost a 20!
No, it's kind of like you can kind of get your hand under it, but as you're starting to move it, your hand just slips and your fingers start to hurt.
Why?
It's heavy.
Why is the heater screw?
Maybe the extra weight of the torch is making it really hard to move.
Nanter will shift the torch to the middle and attempt it again.
Go for it.
Creature.
The DC is getting harder each time, just so you know.
I know, I'm just praying to the dice gods at this point. Son of a bitch! There.
So, to give you an idea, the DC started at 15.
Yeah.
Then I bumped it up to 18.
Yeah.
Then I bumped it up to 22.
Holy shit. Oh, thank God.
Rib dip potato chip.
So, you spit into each hand, put them together, rub them, get to your oxen might, and just give a nice big bear hug to the side of the sarcophagus lid, and you go, all right, you little shit. Here we go.
Basically.
And you give it all of your might. You pop a couple blood vessels. Like, I think your eye is a little red, but you start to slide the sarcophagus lid over to clockwise position. I don't think you get it more than probably 20 degrees off center.
That's fine. That's enough for me to peek inside.
You see the sarcophagus is completely empty except for a little wooden board that seems to have some writing on it.
Has the room nothing happened to the room?
No.
Nanter will continue opening, grab the torch and continue opening the entire sarcophagus.
With one hand?
With both. Actually, no. Put the torch on the top and open it. Open it with both hands.
The torch is still on top of the lid.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you're going to keep going?
Yeah.
Give me another strength check just for funsies.
Can I like lean in
Yeah.
and like throw a message down like everything going okay over there, Chief?
Yeah, don't worry about it. 17.
It seems like the lid's stuck on the corner on the top part that you haven't moved.
Son of a bitch.
Your arms are starting to hurt.
Both of them turns around.
He was gonna despawn before we get this thing to happen.
Isn't something supposed to happen, Meepo?
Yeah, he seems like he's struggling down there. I keep hearing him grunt and groan. So I don't know.
Yeah, you guys are hearing some loud cries from down the hall.
Nanta, are you okay on there?
Lid must be heavier than the last one.
Nanter will reply, yes. Just hold on a minute.
Do you need any help?
No, maybe.
Oh.
Alright,
Should we help?
Nanter will move to this side, then try to push with both his hands at a new angle of leverage.
Strength check.
God, please. D&D Beyond, please, don't fuck...
Dexterity saving throw.
Sala madre puñeta.
I'm sorry, that was loud.
Oh, fuck. I hate this game.
Okay. So,
Oh, God.
after all that work, hammering in the pythons, trying to move the lid, successfully moving the lid a couple, just almost like half a foot, not getting any more grasp on it, repositioning yourself, you start to push on it, like man on boulder style here. However, your feet come out from under you as you fall face first into the sarcophagus, hitting the ground. Not only do you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage from smacking your head on the solid stone sarcophagus and then on the very solid tile floor, you also take a point of exhaustion.
Is there a loud audible thump?
You hear 2 thumps, actually. Thunk, thunk.
Nanter!
And then you hear,
Nanter.
ow!
Just imagine like a cow, just like painful moo.
So,
I think we
for
should go
those who
check
don't
on-
know, exhaustion is level 1 is disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws or attack rolls.
Abilities and skills, right?
Hold on.
And
Give me a
attack
second.
rolls is the second level of exhaustion.
Disadvantage on ability checks. No, second is speed is halved. I'm
And then third-
thinking poisoned.
Oh, yeah.
Poisoned is attack rolls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Disadvantage on all ability checks.
Yeah, I remember exhaustion level 1 isn't the worst, but it's not something you want to
It's
sit
not
around with all
great.
day.
Yeah.
2 is where you start getting into trouble.
So
Is there a 3?
there is up to, once you get to 6, you're dead.
Yeah,
Yep.
Oh.
at 5 you can't move.
4
Yeah.
halves your hit points, 5 reduces your speed
5,
to 0.
you can't move, and 6, you die of exhaustion.
Yeah, 3 is disadvantage to attack rolls and saving throws.
Yes. No, 3 is just saving throws.
No, that's what the
Oh, is it attack rolls?
yeah is. So first is ability checks,
Oh, it is attack rolls
disadvantage,
on 3.
then
Okay.
2 is speed half, then attacks and saving throws.
Yep.
That's where shit hits the wall.
Like, I knew it was saving throws, but I forgot attack rolls. Yeah, poison is just disadvantage on ability checks and attacks.
Yep.
Poison's nasty.
Yeah, poison's worse than level 1 exhaustion.
Yep. All right, you are now prone.
He's prone against the sarcophagus wall, right? Just to clarify.
And in a pool of his own blood.
Yeah, you kind of, I think, yeah, you've chipped the tooth a little bit. Your chin's a little messed up. Your face
Nanter
down
will
on the
not-
ground.
Nanter will not move.
Both on me turns around. I'm going to go check on him. And I say that I'm just going to climb back over here. Just make my way down the hall.
Take the 8 points of bludgeoning if you didn't already.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk through the
Which
echo.
is not reduced because it's not a weapon attack.
You're right,
So,
it's not.
yeah.
I mean, if I hit him with a lid, like, the world
Well,
hit him with a lid.
well, if you hit me, that's an improvised weapon. But the world hit me because I fell into it. So that's not a weapon.
Bartholomew
The
sees
world's a
a
weapon.
You see a
prone
prone
Nanter.
Nanter with a little bit of blood under his face. He's bleeding from his mouth. Or his chin, I should say.
Sad
uh,
Nanter noises.
Nanta, as Bartholomew gets a little closer, are you okay?
Oh.
You're alive. That's a good thing. Let me see what happened.
You do
What's
see
alive?
the
What's
sarcophagus
alive?
is a little askew. The lid.
Oh, okay, that's good. We'll check that out in just a second, Nanta. Let me see your face.
Boy.
How bad is it? How bad is his
Ugly
face
as
look?
always.
Wow. It's an old, bloody Minotaur
Mm,
with a nice cracked jaw.
yeah.
Being this close, you can see the gray in his face.
Just walk it off. He'll be fine.
I'll walk this shit off. And Nanter will slowly, old man style, almost needing a cane, get up. Uses his halberd as a cane.
I picture Bartholomew trying to help him up, and Andrew just smacks his hand away. No, I got it.
Actually falls in.
I don't need your help, Sonny.
Right.
Back in my days, I could do this shit alone.
How old is Nanter?
Nanter will get. Nanter's 60.
That's about middle age for a Minotaur, I think.
I feel like Minotaurs have a longer lifespan.
Yeah, they're about 120, 150, if I remember.
Yeah.
Right.
And Nanter will get up. He'll grab the torch and just shamefully walk out.
Okay, don't move. You have to reassign your lighting.
Yeah.
Who's Meepo?
All right, you're
On
good.
someone's shoulders.
Nanta, did you see what's in the sarcophagus?
And Nanter's moving away. A plank of wood, and I can't read it. He'll just walk away.
Okay, I guess I'll look then. And Bartholomew's going to look through the crack and see if he can read what's on this plank of wood.
In common, it reads "Drown your sorrows."
That sounds familiar. Nanta, it says the same thing in the other one.
Oh, okay, go fuck right off. As Nanter just keeps walking down the hallway.
Well, okay. And Bartholomew's just going to turn around and follow Nanter.
Nanter will then look to the left. Oh, there you are.
Oh, Nancy,
see-
you're here.
You see he's covered in blood.
What
Not
happened?
covered. There's a bit of blood coming from your chin.
Alright,
You
his
didn't
chin
just
has
go
blood.
into a meat blender of 20 humans.
He has a matted red spot in his fur.
Yeah.
Look, I thought he was laying in his own blood for a few seconds there.
Yeah, but face injuries bleed a lot, but not that much. You have,
Okay.
as Roger said, you have a matted red spot in the chin of your fur,
Okay,
in the fur of your
Rephrase.
chin.
you see he has a red spot on his chin.
Nanter, did you not remove the lid?
Also, Nanter is noticeably breathing heavy.
Lid? What? What lid? Oh, that thing. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
I guess I'll give it a try.
Totally not askew.
Roger, I'm glad you come, but before you do that, I looked into the sarcophagus as he scoots over to get face to Roger. In the sarcophagus, it has a wooden plank that says "Drown your sorrows." I believe it's the same thing you said was in the last sarcophagus.
Yes.
Yes, that's the same signs in there.
Okay. Get on the other side of where John and Orvex is.
Okay.
It's like if Nanter needs a hand, I offer it.
Nanter, very old man like, will make his way over. Very tired.
Okay.
Move his way down. Then just sit on the floor.
So my goal is to obviously move the lid, but if the wine seems to flow in, immediately dash and make my way for the hall.
You know, Nanter, give me a deck save.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna make him trip on the wall.
I'm gonna try, yeah.
Thankfully I don't have disadvantage
Remember,
on. Oh my god.
I said I'm gonna offer him a hand as he climbs over.
Roll it again, Nancer.
I swear to God, this.
Specifically said that before I moved.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
Thank you.
You start to stumble a little bit, but Roger catches you before you completely topple over this cube.
Roger's seen tired old warriors before. He knows what happens.
He helps you over. You're fine.
Thank you, Roger. May the
I
gods
just
bless you.
nod and grunt and then walk back. Yeah, so basically I'm prepping to know, the goal is I'm gonna run basically up this hall.
Right.
Okay. And I'm doing it as fast as I can. Do I have anything fancy? What was in this? No. Okay, nothing fancy there, nothing fancy there. Okay. I'm just gonna try to put myself in a good position to open the lid.
All right. Yeah, you see it's slightly open, about a good 6 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and strength me. strength check. All right, you go ahead, get both hands around it since you don't have you have both hands free, not needing to hold a torch.
Right.
And you get the lid completely off. And you see just as clear as ever that little wooden plaque down there that says "Drown Your Sorrows" as the lid comes off. And you hear four as the room starts to fill with wine and the doors start to close.
Okay, do you need me to do anything? Or
You
can
have
I
6 seconds. What are you doing?
Okay. Since
1.
it's a turn, I've used no movement. I dash here.
Okay. And then you all hear a tung.
And as I make this turn, I'll say, "Brace yourself, it's coming," as I make that turn.
Okay. What are you guys doing at the in the banister staircase room?
I say, Meepo, you better hold on to me.
Nento will look at his echo and say, "Hey, hold me, bro." Nento is sitting on the
All
floor.
right, so you guys are all bracing.
Yes.
All right, and at that we're gonna take a quick break.
Okay, cool, because I was just taking my lunch at work.
Yep. So we'll be back. Call it 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. In a bit.
back.
Okay. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Are we on break? Hello?
I think almost everyone else is not here.
I was asking if we're on break because I was with my girlfriend. Something happened, so I'd be okay for a minute.
Oh, yeah, no. 5-minute break.
Okay.
So, yeah, Roger went in, pushed open the sarcophagus. When it was fully open, the wine started to flow. He ran out of there.
Yeah.
Now we're bracing.
Oh,
I'm back.
sweet. Welcome back.
And Nanter almost fell over again, but thanks to Roger, he did not.
I have also returned.
Awesome.
Yeah. Roger saved Nanter's life.
Yay. You mean again?
Yeah. Definitely won't be the last time, that's for sure.
Mm-mm.
Wish my character had night vision, dark vision.
Damn, I wish freaking Minotaurs had night vision, but apparently they don't.
Makes seeing things kind of rough.
Yeah, it's a challenge, man.
But Meepo's asking for uppies, and I'm just probably oblivious. Like, I have no idea what's going on in front of me.
All right, sorry. Made popcorn, and then Court needed my help, and then I got a phone call, which we thought was work, but wasn't. But I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I think a few people are still there.
All right, roll call. Ice,
I'm here.
Arth,
There he is.
Solo. All right, wait on Solo. I'm gonna eat my popcorn.
Is it extra buttery popcorn?
Extra buttery with white cheddar and garlic parmesan.
Hell yeah.
Fuck,
Delicious.
dude. I have extra buttery popcorn. I'm gonna
I'd
eat
put
that
sharp
later.
cheddar on my popcorn.
Dude, my popcorn's normal butter, but I have liquid butter I put on it after the fact.
That's just smart, man.
And then flavor seasoning. And then I put it in a plastic big Tupperware cylinder, and then I put the lid on it, and then I shake it up to mix it up.
That is genius.
User are genius.
Yep.
That's.
Yeah, I
See,
prefer kettle corn, but I'm an anomaly.
Well, you're
Yeah,
disgusting.
I don't have
Yeah,
a
yeah.
big enough bowl to do that.
Yeah, no, I didn't like. We had this for other things like pasta and salad and stuff, and fruit.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, I want popcorn, and I have all this seasoning for it, but how do I mix it?
Yeah.
I get a text.
You know, I had the popcorn in the bag yesterday. I'm just like, as I'm going down and new butter is being like revealed, I'm just licking the butter out.
Fuck.
Jeez, man, I gotta see how much longer this wind's gonna be here. This is ridiculous.
You can say that again.
What is that? Oh. Okay. You doing shoulder scout? Nice. You should just say what you did yesterday. That was awesome. That came from the bowels of your stomach. That's where it came from.
Oh, look, an Amber Alert.
Amber Alert. Oh, never mind.
Someone getting kidnapped in Florida? Whatever do you mean?
What? Kidnapping? What's that? You mean surprise adoption?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's interesting.
What?
Smite is doing a crossover with Slipknot.
Wait, who?
Smite. It's like a League of Legends, but
It's a
with,
3D league competitor, basically.
There you go.
And he's doing a what with Slipknot?
Well, the difference is
Crossover.
Smite is supposed to be about gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've
Then, like-
gone so far away from that premise.
Yeah.
They've strayed so far from God. Oh!
I mean, they're still about gods. They just make the skins reminiscent of other things with the gods.
Yeah.
They just also branch out to quite just deities.
Oh, speaking of gods, Park, I think I've nailed down the amount of continents I want in the new campaign I'm making. I think I'm going with 4.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Hey, Part, what are you thinking about that RE Part 2 leaks?
I was hoping Wesker would show up, and I was thinking, how is he a survivor? But it makes sense that he's the killer.
True. You just got, if that's true, are you excited
Right.
for that?
Eh. We'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah. What do you think about that? What do you think about the new anniversary leaks?
I haven't seen it.
The new killer and survivor were leaked.
Yeah, that's what I said. The Wesker and Ada Wong.
No. Well, that too, but they also released the leaks for from the new anniversary killer and survivor.
Right, RE2 is supposed to be the new anniversary.
Is it?
The night, I think, is what it's called. The night, or whatever, should be coming after.
I was talking about the dredge.
Oh, the dredge.
Yeah.
Wait, what DLC are we on? What chapter are we on?
24.
Right, 25 is the RE, and the next chapter to come out is the anniversary.
But the anniversary is coming up chapter, though.
That's exactly what I just said. We're on 24 right now.
Uh-huh.
The new Resident Evil DLC 2 is supposed to be the 25th chapter, which is the next chapter, and the next chapter coming up is the anniversary chapter.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. Yeah. I think I'm most curious about the night. I'm most curious about.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one's supposed to be getting the locker privilege. I'm not sure if it's Wesker or Knight.
I thought the locker was supposed. Okay, hold on. Let me look this shit up because I saw something for the dredge about lockers. So. Images. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the dredge. Manifestation of dark thoughts of a once vibrant community. Dredge that would teleport between lockers and summon an overwhelming darkness.
Yeah, so all these leaks are getting kind of mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
Is Solo back yet?
I don't think
so. But I think we need to move this on because it's taking a while.
Nanter went AFK and Dammy's muted.
I think Dammy's muted because he's eating.
Well, I'm here.
Okay. Now we just need Nanter or Solo to come back. One of those two. Nanter or Meepo.
I'm collecting skulls for the skull throne. By the way, Park, how do you eat popcorn without having to like annoy me by the butter on your fingers while you're touching your keyboard and stuff?
I only use 2 fingers to eat popcorn.
I mean, you still have to use like I'm guessing your pointer finger and your thumb.
Yep.
But like that's still prime fingers for like touching mouse.
Yeah, I use my left hand to eat. I'm right-handed.
And plus, if he's on the DM thing, he just has to really use his mouse. That's really about it.
Basically.
Believe me, because when I did my one shot, all I did was use my right hand. Pretty much, that's all I had to do. That's all I needed.
Don't you have that snack though when you play D&D sometimes though?
Not usually.
Okay, that makes sense then.
I usually don't eat when I'm playing D&D.
Sorry, DBD. I mean, you know what I mean.
Oh, I definitely don't snack when playing Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
That's what I meant to say.
I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you came back before Solo, so
Yeah, I had to call my grandmother because I forgot to say Happy Mother's Day to my grandmother.
Oh, that's important.
Uh-huh.
all right. So Roger sets off down the hall. You guys hear a thud, bracing for impact. Nothing happens.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
We'll go back.
What all did I miss?
We
Not
just
much.
started back again.
Oh, so we took the break?
Yeah, we took the break, and then we were waiting on you. You didn't come back, and Nanter left. So then we waited on you, and then you didn't come back, and then Nanter came back, and I picked it back up.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. But yeah, you guys hear the thud? Nothing's happening.
And now we play the waiting game.
I don't remember how long it took last time.
Good question. Does Nanter remember how many minutes?
You can give me an intelligence.
Intelligence counts as an ability check, correct?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Ooh, Nanter does not remember.
Mm. Wow.
I'm not gonna roll for the rest of the night. Fuck this. Yeah, no, Nanter's.
Good try. Good try.
Nanter looked at John. I don't remember, man. Could have been an hour, for all I remember.
Really, there's no good way to tell time in this place, is there?
Well, we know when midnight is. That's the only time we actually know.
And Orvex doesn't have a watch?
Does it have a
No.
sand clock?
No.
Orvex, where's your sand clock?
I actually don't believe I ever had one, and if I did, it'd probably be in the library.
Shame. Oh, guess we play the waiting game.
All right, I
And
think I might.
Nanter will lean against the wall.
Sorry, I was reading a work ticket, and it sounds like we're talking. So Solo's back, and the wine is flowing.
Which one was fine?
The door has shut, and now we're playing the waiting game.
Oh,
waiting
right,
for the...
right. That's true. I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's because we're waiting the waiting game. I'll make my way back down the hall.
All right, I think I do actually have to do something for work.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how long this will take.
Let's
Then
assume
I will
however
go.
long he takes is the wine to flow.
That's fair. Yeah.